Hi, it's me, PamVanEe, and I finished a cookbook binder journal. And this is a 1950s, a 50s, or retro theme. The cookbook, The Better Homes and Gardens, is a 1980, but inside I have different 50s retro type look to it. I have this removable charm dangle to look a little retro. Let's see if I can. Should have separated it before. Okay, I've got this big red button, some beads. Look at this fun candy. So inside are kind of like bright pinks and blues. Look at the retro popsicle. There's a little ice cream cone here. Bright colors. There's another like sundae. And then we have this one here with some beads and candies and a star and a big popsicle or lollipop. This one has a big spatula, some fun beads. Just a little drink there, and a little bacon and eggs. So let's open it up. And this is listed in my Etsy. And I left these first couple pages so that you could look at it, but it's from 1981. And a pocket here. Oh, why do I have a glare? Well, we might just have a glare. I added a pocket here, sticker. I have some dimensional things there. And some digitals I used. This one is Creating with Jovi. This kit is called Cooking Up a Journal. The digitals. I cut this and made it into a journal card. I'll put the link to that. I've made another cookbook journal, binder journal, using Jovi's kit too. Oh yeah, look at this paper, and that cute kind of retro. And then another, and I left these open for you to add your own recipe cards and recipes. Got appetizers and snacks, kind of retro here. And it's a tuck, and I just added these papers so that if you wanted to make something or make a booklet out of it, you could. So it's just some papers, cutoffs that you can use. And then I used some book pages that are from the 50s. This is like a diner. So I have some book pages with the 50s. And then I have some 50s fabric from another book. My retro fabrics here. Just added that here. So there's the fun fabrics. So this is, I think, a lot of fun. Then we have a recipe from the appetizers and snacks from the cookbook. And then I also have a digital from Kara Brandon, Retro Picnic. So you have a place here to add recipes. I had some of these stickers. This is from a retro book with some ads. I've got another pocket here, so you have lots of room to add your own recipes, and then you can write, your recipe here too. Here's a tuck. I staggered some things here, added some little, what do you call those, epoxy dots. And these are from Kara Brandon's kit here. And I added this vintage retro ad, Rice Krispies. I'm going to get rid of that glare. If I put that there. Here I have an apron. This was a digital, and I cut out these measuring spoons. You could write a little something there. This is from a 1950s magazine, vintage magazine. I added it to some scrapbook paper. Another from that 50s magazine. Look at her. She's pretty happy about her Maytag, her magic show. I folded that around here and then just added a few things. And this is from another book with some retro things on it. Love this paper. That's perfect for here. This is barbecue. You can add things here. This tuck. This is from the 50s magazine. Kitchen, and then that was a little sticker. Here's some more of the fabrics from the 50s. And then I just added a few things here, little tabs. Recipe from the book. You could add something here. There's Grandma with her turkey. Talks about barbecue. We're in the barbecue section. You can tuck something here. I had this scrapbook paper. Isn't that cool? I added more of these dimensional stickers. And then this was from a 50s magazine. Look at the dinette set. Remember that? Well, I don't know if you remember them. I just had this on the back. I really like how this turned out. Another retro. Talking about the kitchen tools. Kitchen here. And we got some more dimensional stickers. Recipe of barbecue. And then this is a manila envelope, so you can put lots of stuff in there. And of course you can take things out, you know, because it is a binder. And then I added a bunch of things here. A dimensional, puffy stickers. A few cards. Let's add a few things here. We have beverages. This is from Jovi's kit that I cut down. What is this? This is, I have this as like birthdays or something to celebrate, you know, back in the 50s, and cute little images there and stories. And I added a vintage cake recipe. It was Jovi's kit that I cut down. Happy birthday to you. And added that little mixing bowl. So a little birthday there. Birthday party. Added this image here. It's more vintage fabrics. Recipe with punch, hot chocolate. Added a few things here. Place to add recipes. I'm on a new diet where you eat everything and pray for a miracle. I added that. It's a really retro paper. Place to add a recipe or journal. This is from the 50s magazine or book, whatever it was. And speaking of diets, I just started a carnivore diet, so I can only eat meats and things. We'll see how that works. Okay, these are like puffy stickers. The magazine there. And you could add a recipe to the back of that. Let's get that out. More retro pages. This is beverages. I thought that was really retro looking. The paper here with the retro aquas. Added a few things here. And this, oops, looks like I have to glue it right here. The top. So you have another little pocket to add things here. You can also right here, here's one of these, like, I don't know, what do they call them? Epoxy stickers. Kids in the Kitchen, vintage from 51 ad. Some more of the cool fabrics back then. A little tuck here. We're doing breads. Another vintage paper here from a book. Added this here. Notes. Another epoxy sticker. Place for... If you wanted to add reinforcements, you could do that. This is from a vintage book or magazine. A few things here. Added that little advertisement. Some bread there. Look at that fun paper again. A few things. Jovi's kit that I made into a tag. Awesome paper. Spot. Cheesecake. Yeah, that opens up there too. Little tag. Added some epoxy dots. Kara Brandon's kit there. Cooking up a journal. Ice cream sundae. Look at Grandma. And look at these cool fabrics. Just added little tabs here. Oh, cool. Recipes for some cakes. Tuck spot. Tuck. Talking about the pressure cooker. So lots of envelopes and places to put your recipes or pictures or... That was from that vintage magazine. The pies. Got some yo-yos. Epoxy sticker. I'm trying to eat more whole foods. Look at this cool. These cool stickers I had. And a tag. This I cut from Jovi's kit and then added a few punched out circles and epoxy dots. Whatever you call them. It's fudge. Then we got a poultry. It's vintage supermarket. Look at, they are all dressed up for the grocery store. Got their hats and gloves and heels. This is from Joey's Kit. Rice Bubbles, Rice Krispies. Look at that pink paper with a little, like little stardusts. Vintage from 53. Ad. Story. Pocket. Geometric prints back in the day. Had this piece here, so I added it. Got chicken. Oh, the cute page. Thought it looked kind of retro with the colors. I was kind of doing a hot pink and this turquoise. Joey's Kit I cut down, added some more epoxy stickers and that little paper here. You can add a picture on the back. Pocket. Added this little tag there. That cool paper. And some more retro images. A little apron. And cut these out from the 50s magazine. And this was epoxy sticker there. And that was a sticker. We got rice, pasta, and cereal. And I fussy cut that apron out. And this is a vintage kitchen. There's her apron. There's a little apron there. Looks like they're at the diner. There's some more fabric page, book page. Not sure looks familiar. Life is short. Look at the spoon. I added this and epoxy stickers. Got some pasta. Punched out that circle. Fussy cut the little pot there. Tuck. So it's fun. You can read these little stories here. And I cut off this image from the 50s. Added that sticker and that little label. Made a pocket. Epoxy sticker. And then we have salads and dressings. Oh, and this is a pocket right here. I should maybe punch a hole here so you know. It goes to here, you know, up to that point. So, yeah, another place. Epoxy stickers. Cute. Recipe. The fabrics. Just added tabs. More from Kara Brandon's kit. Another tuck. So yeah, we've got lots of recipes. 1953 ad. 7-Up from a vintage magazine. Joey's Kit I cut down. And then in here, this is like an envelope here, and then I added her. I just got a new, I'm not sure if I like it, a new little corner rounder. Oh, it didn't. I guess I like it. I was trying to find the We Are Memory Keepers rounder, and it was hard to find, and it was really expensive. Okay, so we'll put her back in here. Cool paper. And this is really retro. First, you cut the mixer out, and these are the epoxy stickers. Just added more epoxy stickers. Cook epoxy stickers, and then I just made a little place to add a few journaling things. So that is the Better Homes and Gardens new cookbook, retro style, 50s style. So if you're interested, it is in my Etsy, PamVanEe. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.